My darling wife, Kim, at the back, who everybody said hello to as they came in, decided at my bequest to read a few poems from Byzantine. Theodore, as I mentioned, isn't able to be here because he's on his way to Greece because his grandfather passed on at 102. I think he could have waited for another year or two, you know. So he's off to Greece, and I'm just going to read this one-line poem from the book, and then Kim can be on her way up here right now to follow that. Despite myself, I drank my tears again, and I thought, you know, that is a really moving one-line poem, and I thought that it was appropriate for Theodore Christou on his way to greet his family. Come on up, Kim. This is my wife, Kim. I always introduce her as my right-hand man. My Kim. Thanks.
Hi everybody. I think it's interesting all the references to Greece today with Kathleen's book, and then with David mentioning the Greek gods. So even though we can't have Theodore here, at least we're thinking about him in Greece. This poem, I thought, is because he's with his father right now. My father kept his father's herd at night and took it to some grazing hills far, far away from Cyprus under Foppish rule, was poor and destitute and dry. My mother and some other mothers tended to each other while their husbands tended sheep. And if an owl called, it meant to some superstitious and worrying minds that death was near. Such was the context and the myth, and the ladies mourned and wailed and sang the sorrow-filled songs. I left at this and went to find the rolling hills to escape the morning. We snatched the dusty, ravaged earth and slept in its embrace. And then this one is more about mothers. This earth, she held me many times. Her wells are wells of tears, drowning generations of my mothers and sisters. It is the middle sea and arid, so the earth depends on its women's tears to stay alive. Water is rationed, but sorrow flows freely. As food was rationed, as dreams were rationed, the women of my world were given rationed lives. So I'm sorry, they're kind of sad ones, but he's dealing with mourning right now. Anyway, Ty, do you want to come back?
Thank you very much, Kim. It's nice to have Theodore here in spirit.